First video in the new house. Greetings one and all, my name is Lancer and welcome to the finale of Season 1 of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Sheesh man, I can't believe we're here. And honestly, I'm still pretty right by the time you're seeing this video. The last couple episodes are actually coming out. Like, this will probably be coming out on Monday as I'm recording this, so I can actually be with everyone for the hype of this last episode. But last time on Frieren, Seri herself has taken to proctoring the final exam, which after all the commotion and fights in the first two exams, it just ends with an interview where she decides in very simple terms if you pass or not. And for probably the majority of our test takers, they are met with a fail, 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 fail. Even Frieren was met with a fail. But the one person who was not met with a fail was Fern. I expected as much, but it was still a really cool scene. Having Seri's own words come back to her, the era of humans has begun. But there are still many others who need to meet face to face with Seri. Two I am very curious about, of course, being Denkin and Yubel. It'll be interesting. I'm curious to see what we end this whole season 1 on, because this has been a phenomenal anime, man. Number 1 on Mal. I wouldn't say number 1 in the entirety of anime, but in terms of new age within the last couple years of anime, it's up there, man. But we'll talk more about that in the end. But for now, for one last time, for probably a while for Frieren, let's get right into the episode.
Frieren 様の弟子です。
Nice. Of course, she's just so indifferent. I normally sort of skim through the opening, but I'm gonna let it rock for one last time. Oh, I'm gonna miss this show, man. So good. Ah, Denkin. Yes, I'm glad they're actually showing this. Pass or fail. I feel like he's gotta pass.
God
damn it. So much feet. Ooh. Okay. I'm sure. It's all been combat. Yes! I mean, it had to have gone that way. Back to back. Oh, that's a different look. Really? That's that quick, alright. Oh, yes. He sent his copy. Wait, what? So he never was even here. Okay, that's kind of awesome. Okay, so everyone left just passes? I don't know if I like that. You got Guts, that's it? No, she gave Frieren and Fern, well, granted, they're the main characters, but she gave him this whole spiel. But this guy's like, I like you. You pass. I mean, I get that, I'm sure she had, extended conversations with all of these people, so we're just seeing the shortened version. I would have actually liked to see, I mean, obviously, for pacing reasons, we're not going to see it, but maybe, I don't know, some one-shots of all their conversations. Huh. Huh. I'm actually curious about her. At least she's honest. Oh my god, so everyone left just passes? A bumper crop. I love those two. So everyone who passed, Fern, Denkin, Yubel, Land, Werbel, Method, and that was it? Yeah, just those 6. 6 first-class mages, huh? I mean, out of all of them, I guess they deserve it. I don't know about Werbel, though. I still don't. Werbel and Land. And then they just go their separate ways. I kind of hope he comes up again at some point. Alright, the exam is done. Will there be a graduation ceremony? You guys want to come with us? Is Fern the youngest first class? Isn't she only 18? Kind of a big deal.
どうせ金の使い道などない。
ないってことはないでしょう。
そうです。お孫さんとか。
Do you have any children at
私
all?
には子も
Yeah.
孫もおらん。が20半ばの時に妻に先立たれた。
He's just stayed loyal to her. That is some huge respect.
富も権力も必要だった。それしか救う手立てをわしは知らんかった。
Did it all for her.
で魔法は清掃の道具でしかなかった。フリーレンに伝えてくれんか。
No matter what the time or place, she's such an inspiration.
自分で伝えてください。
Yes, tell
きっ
the...
とフリーレン様も喜びますよ。
I mean, she'd probably just be like, thanks.
お年を追いサーストだね。
Or she's just shopping for grimoires.
おいババア、このカゴに入れればいいのか。
Ooh,
あれを無視はねえだろ。
didn't think about these two
意
interacting.
外な。
第一次試験でフェルンたちを殺そうとしたんでしょ。フェルン愚痴ってたよ。
He's not as brash as he seems.
まあ一人殺しておいた方が世のためになりそうなやつはいたけどな。
I want Yubel and Frieren to talk. They haven't interacted at all.
それだけ魔族をぶっ殺せるからな。
Soul Trek.
困っているやつがいたらなるべく手を差し伸べるようにしているぜ。
どうして？
Just...
俺の故郷は北の辺境でな。
he has to get home.
勇者ヒンメルの逸話はいくらでも残っている。
He's inspired by
戦況
him.
の塔の攻略、七宝剣、不死なるベーゼや
Those all sounded like awesome stories, man.
そんな話めったにしやがらねえ。やれ村を襲った魔物を退治しただの、やれ商人の護衛をしただの。ひどいもんだと単なる荷物運びまであった。
That was the true hero. Whoa. That armor looks so cool.
勇者ヒンメルが俺の村に来なかったら世界が平和になってもそこに俺の村はなかった。勇者ヒンメルのくだらない冒険探だ。
You don't have to do extravagant things. Just help out in the everyday.
出会いは大切にしろよ。根性の別れってのは何も。
Coming from this guy. Never would have guessed. His appearance is so deceiving.
魔法で向こうまで順番に運んだりはできないのですか。
それだと私だけこっちに残っちゃう。
こんな小さな人助けに何の意味がある。
Let him leave his mark.
目の前で困っている人を見捨てるつもりはないよ。
And that's why you're a hero.
大丈夫だよヒンメル。世界はちゃんと変わっている。
I'm gonna miss that
今夜
face.
せっかくですし、みんなで一緒に行きましょう。すごく嫌そうな顔して。
What the heck?
ゼーリエ様からの通達でフリーレン様は出禁です。
Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't want to see it.
大陸魔法協会の施設には立ち入らないようにと。
God damn it.
ゼーリエの機嫌を損ねてしまったからね。
I can only wonder why.
外で待っているね。
So you just go in by yourself.
そろそろ特権の授与が終わる頃かな。
ああ、
Can we see it?
この時代ではきっとフェルンの方が有名な魔法使いになるんだろうね。
Maybe.
嬉しいね。
Maybe this series will end with it being not Frieren beyond Journey's End, but Fern beyond Journey's End. Oh yeah, this guy.
誰？
Didn't he want to fight Frieren?
使いのご迷惑をおかけしたようで。
Did she also train you on a whim?
やっぱり見えているね。私の魔力の揺らぎが。平和な時代には似つかわしくないね。
そうですね。魔王軍との戦火の時代に生まれていれば、名だたる英雄たちと共に歴史にその名を残したであろう。の方が生きた証がまた一つ消えることになります。
You're not already old?
私はあのかとえそれが伝説の魔法を使いフリーレン様を討ち取ったという悪名であろう。
Oh, so we're doing this. Such a deadpan expression. I love it. Oh. I love that. The eyes actually got her. Oh, now you requested to him.
戦いしか知らない魔法使いは不器用な連中が多いんだから。
He actually got her, though. Like, because it was one thing that she got hit by herself, obviously, when she fought the replica Frieren. But this is the first time a human has harmed her. I mean, from what we've seen so far, the first person that's ever really harmed her. Again, we haven't really seen the Demon King fight. Sheesh, this guy's no slouch.
騎士に名を残す必要なんてないよ。ゼーリエはちゃんと覚えている。
Oh, that transition.
正直フランメは失敗作だった。
But she's still remembered to this day.
私ほどの高みへはたどり着けなかった。
Okay, sure, in that sense, she's a failure, but like, she's a legend now.
気まぐれで取ったはずの弟子なのに、一人一人の性格も。
Yeah, it's almost like you actually cared.
本当に子供みたいな人だよ。
本当に不器用な人だ。あなたも、私も。
Well, you got your fight that you wanted. It's kind of.
兄ちゃん今日は遊べないん
Of
だ。
course, this dude made friends with everybody.
部の道は深く険しい。達者でな。
あ
I want to know what
これで
he got up to.
どこに行っても慕われていますね。
そうか。
He's just so approachable.
昨日はどんな魔法をもらったの？
わかりませんか？
服が綺麗になっている。
服の汚れをきれいさっぱり落とす魔法です。
That's
こ
the
れで洗濯が楽になり
all
ます。
that
この魔法だよ。
for a washing machine.
セイリエ様はすごく嫌そうな顔をしていましたけ
she
ど
made. She has the same face.
正気かお前。
Come with us, please. They're not going to, but like, come on.
私たちは不合格だったけれども、3年後また頑張ることにするよ。
そう。よかった。じゃあまたね。
またね。
Maybe come with us part way, like Sign did. It is what it is.
さっきもそうでしたけど、ずいぶんあっさり分かれますね。
It's just part of the journey.
ヒンメルってさ、すごくあっさり人と別れるよね。
Hmm.
でも旅を続けている以上また会うことだってあるだろう。涙の別れなんて僕たちには似合わない。
That's fair. No sense in making it emotional.
また会った時に恥ずかしいからね。
You bastards. Everyone says goodbye. That first test really set all of them up. But she's on her own. The hell is he? Is Flame's grave? I love that voice.
また会った時に恥ずかしいからね。
何ですか？それは。
No. Don't leave. Episode 28. It'd be embarrassing when we met again. The journey to end it continues. Fuck. That was good. Some subtle things there. Let's talk about it. Well, that was season 1 of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. I am so happy I decided to react to this show for many different reasons. I mean, for the main one, it was just so good. I mean, I'll get more into that in a second, but I originally had watched episode 1 just on its own. And I originally was gonna just like go through it without like, you know, just on my own time. But I saw that it wasn't fully done yet, you know, this first season at least. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait till more of it's out. And then like, you know, the time came I was like, you know what? There's been so much hype behind this show. You know, it's been #1 on Mal, and it still is, I'm pretty sure. So, you know what, screw it, I'll react to it. This is gonna be a great one to go back through and watch again. I mean, thankfully through like doing these reactions, it's allowed me again to actually sit and stew with the show and, you know, like rewatch it a lot through, you know, editing the reactions and everything. That ending there, I really liked that. Like, you know, it kind of felt abrupt but also quick, just that ending thing, but that's literally the whole point of what she was just talking about. It's like there's no point in long drawn out emotional goodbyes. It's just like, you know, quick, like, see you later. It's interesting that Yubel was by herself, but everyone else was like with their group, which is cool. Like that whole first test like really put all these people together, and now they're like all traveling together and stuff. It's really cool. But just with Yubel, like I feel like they were setting up so much with her. I imagine maybe she comes back later. Her and Frieren never even met. They were in the same room as each other, but like they never exchanged words. They never talked to each other. She was like one of the first ones we met for this arc, like when her and Kraft like met face to face. But now she's a first-class mage, which is interesting to see a kind of person with her skill set now having that status. What's gonna happen there? It's interesting though that Land wasn't with her. I did love that though, the fact that he never even, oh, that's such a good twist. I mean, it makes sense. He never even was there for the test. It's a show that was so simple, but like the themes and story that it was telling, it just hit me. I don't know, just that idea of our human lives, like they're so limited. Like that's the whole point of life, is you try to live fruitful and live the best and happiest life he can with the limited time we have. But then he takes someone like Frieren who lives a life worth hundreds of human lives. And how does she view that? Like, it's so interesting having the first episode really be the most you really see out of Frieren in terms of emotion. Yeah, she cries. She never does that throughout the rest of the show, at least this first season. That first episode, now that's gonna be such a trip to go back and rewatch now. Himmel's death now, like, means so much, and also Hyder and all them. It's such good writing. But also just from a production side of things, the animation, the art direction, it was so good. The music was phenomenal. I can't wait for the soundtrack to finally come out in a couple more weeks. I think it's April 17th. It's a show that took its time with a lot. I know, like, I've heard some people just like, the exam arc was unnecessarily long. I mean, yeah, it pretty much was like 10 episodes. Yeah, from episode 18 to 28. I mean, it introduced some of the best characters we've had in this, I think, and unfortunately probably characters that are not gonna come up too often. You know, the characters like Denkin, Wurbel, Method, and then Lion and Kane. Yubel, though, I feel like she has to play, like, not a huge role, but it seemed like they were setting up so much with her. Cool thing there with that little fight between, I mean, not really a fight, but, you know, that old guy, like, trying to kill Frieren, you know, put his name in history or whatever. It's just kind of cementing Ceri's words, just like the era of humans. She didn't die to the Demon King, which means that probably the only other way she's gonna die is gonna be to a skilled human mage, which kind of cemented that with her getting hit there on the shoulder. I'm saying a bunch of stuff here, and I mean, it sucks that, like, I'm probably gonna think of stuff later where it's like, oh, I probably should have talked about this, but I mean, it's not as though the show's over. There's gonna be a lot more. In terms of the manga, I don't know if I will jump into it. I mean, there's been a lot of series that I've been watching where, like, I finish it and it's like, do I want to go in the manga? And I still haven't really. I mean, I want to see the story, but at the same time, like, how this show is handled and stylized, I really love seeing it through this. You know, I cared about the characters. Like I talked about, like, a couple episodes ago, their character archetypes that, you know, we've seen before. But I mean, at this point in storytelling, it's hard to make a completely unique type of character. Again, the way I look at it is you have those archetypes as a foundation for making a character, and then how you build off of that archetype is how you can make something more unique. And I think this show has done that really well with pretty much every character it's introduced. Like, there hasn't been one character that I haven't enjoyed watching. Like, even the quote-unquote antagonist characters. I'm gonna miss this show, man. I wouldn't be surprised if within the next couple days or even weeks we get confirmation, like, you know, season 2 is already in production or whatever. It was a hell of a first season. They just came out swinging, which from production side of things, zero complaints. Art, animation, voice acting, compositing, music, everything. I venture to say, again, production side of things, it was perfect. And even story and characters, I think it was perfect. Honestly, for the kind of story it's trying to tell, I don't think it could have been handled any better. And if I want to go into the manga, I'm probably gonna go back to, like, the start and kind of, like, go through everything that's been covered so far, just because I want to see the source material. When you look at something like the Demon Slayer manga compared to the anime, it's like, are these even the same thing? So I'm curious how much is different. And from YouTube side of things, this series has performed way better than I ever imagined it would. And also just in terms of timing, this series was amazingly well timed. Again, with the move and everything, having those reactions, like, already recorded and edited and uploaded and scheduled to go up. I didn't have to worry about, like, editing other videos and whatnot because I had these just ready to go. I'm now pretty much caught up. Like, all my scheduled videos pretty much have been released now, which means now I gotta bulk record other stuff. But that does mean I'm going to jump into my next reaction series. What is it gonna be? You'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I will say it's one that isn't finished yet, but there's a couple seasons for it out already, so we're gonna cover those. You'll be seeing episode 1 of that coming up within the next couple days, and then of course over on Patreon you can see even more episodes as I am bulk recording and editing them and shooting them out. It's gonna be fun. But in terms of Frieren Beyond Journey's End, it was just so fun, so good. I'm kind of sad I wasn't with it week to week, but at the same time I'm glad I wasn't, because it meant I got to enjoy it, just, you know, clicking next episode, recording all these. Oh, it was so fun. Whatever the future holds for Frieren season 2, whenever that comes out, I will be here, and I will probably be watching that week to week when it happens, just because now I'm invested and I love it so much. And overall, let me know what you thought about Frieren this first season down in the comments below, and join me for many other videos of this sort, be they future reaction videos, reviews, gameplay, and everything else that'll be coming out soon. So until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching. Let the journey continue.